last week on the show, we didn't play any Trump clips. So we were Trump free, but this one is full of them because he was on the batshit crazy train, as he always is. And this one was a big deal in the Catholic community when he thought it was funny to post an AI picture of himself as the Pope. As we all know, Pope Francis just passed away.
The poop or the poop? The poop or the Pope?
The poop. The poop. the wannabe Pope.
Oh.
The wannabe Pope. The wannabe. Wait, poop put up. Now I'm confused. But this idiot put up an AI generated picture of him as the Pope. And I'm not a religious guy, but in the Catholic community, apparently this did not fly over very well. Somebody asked him about it, Lana, and of course, more nonsense. He gets offended this time and is like, oh, how you people can't take a joke.
Oh,
yes, ma'am.
Thank you, Mr. President. Some Catholics were not so happy about the image of you looking like the Pope.
Oh, I see. You mean they can't take a joke? You don't mean the Catholics. You mean the fake news media. Not the Catholics loved it. I had nothing to do with it. Somebody made up a picture of me dressed like the Pope, and they put it out on the internet.
He had nothing to do with it. He posted it on his Truth Social, and it was also on the White House thing. By the way, the guy to his right, that is the commissioner of the National Football League, Peter Rozelle, and I guess they were announcing that they are going to do the NFL draft in Washington next year. I don't know why you need to go to the fucking White House to announce that, but another pathetic dude standing behind him, and watch him just laugh at everything Donald Trump says like a pathetic flying monkey.
That's not me that did it. I have no idea where it came from. Maybe it was AI.
Of course, the woman behind him is completely like, oh my God, please, let's get past it.
And I wonder who it is, because she does look like this is very painful.
I don't know if she is with Roger Gazelle. I don't know if she's with him or not. I'm gonna find that out. But she does. She's like, this is painful.
I know nothing about it. I just saw it last evening.
He knows nothing about it.
Actually, my wife thought it was cute. She said, isn't that nice?
My question about
Actually, I would not be able to be married, though. That would be a lot. I'd have to the best of my knowledge, popes aren't big on getting married, are they? Not that we know of. No. I think it's a fake news media that.
What's that, Lana?
I was just looking at the black woman. It's just like, why am I here? Like, she's so uncomfortable. And she looked like she's got that face of, I hope my family does not see this.
Yep. No question about it. She's got the look of.
Oh, wait, is that the mayor of, maybe that's why?
Maybe.
Football, yes, that's who she is. Because I think she's
the mayor of DC?
I think so. Yes, I'm pretty sure, because she went to see him before when he was a president, and she was telling people I had to go because I have to make sure my constituents are taken care of. So I have to meet with him. So that makes sense if she's there. And if they're going to have the football, whatever, that looks like, Muriel Bowser, that's got to be her.
Is that, it does. It does. Yeah. That's her.
And that's why she has the pen, right? She's got to be working in government if she's got a flag pen. That is her.
Yep. And there's no way she's a Republican in DC. There's just no way.
That's why her face is just like,
yep.
You want to get out of here. But she has to do. And again, this is what I say about our party. Like, they get mad at Gretchen.
Gretchen Whitmer.
Yeah. Right. They're mad at her for meeting with him. You know, they get mad at her because she's there. But these are people who have to deal with him. You can't not ignore him. Like, Gretchen was there. She got money for that military base that she needed. Like, she literally got the money. Doesn't mean she agrees with his policy. It means that she's working for her constituents.
I think everybody's on edge and they're just looking for things to nitpick. Maybe when she gives him a hug, they're like, why is she hugging this vile piece of shit?
It's not even edge. Democrats are just like, we think too much. It's stupid. It's almost like when Obama and Trump, they had that still picture. And then, like, what's his name? Krasenstein or whatever he is on Twitter, that big account was like, you can't trust him. And it's like, it's a picture. You don't even know what's being said right now. Like, but we can't trust Obama because he's laughing with or at.
Right. Right. Exactly. And we've said that before. You're talking about the funeral, right?
Yeah.
We talked about that. We're like, first of all, Barack Obama is just, he's a smooth, and he's not there to have beef with anybody at a funeral. So if he's just talking and he does a fake laugh at what Donald Trump says, who gives a shit? You're right. I mean, maybe they're overpicking sometimes.
It's over. It's too much. It's clear that she's uncomfortable.
I don't even remember what the rest of this is. Let me see if there's anything interesting left. You talk about it.
My question, though, sir, was about the fact that it was put out on the White House account. Even though it was AI generated, it was a joke, it was a meme. Does it at all diminish the substance of the official White House account to have it go out on that particular channel?
Give me a break. It was just somebody did it in fun. It's fine. Have to have a little fun, don't you?
Yeah. Most presidents would have said if something like that happened, if it leaked out and somebody did it, of course they would have said, listen, if anybody was offended by that, I sincerely apologize, and that was not the intent. Why is that so hard?
Because he doesn't care. I mean, he literally retweeted a picture of Nancy Pelosi's face in a bullseye.
Right.
So
yeah.
What does he care?
Yep. True Social making fun of the hammer attack on her husband. I mean, these are just vile, awful people. And this is the same reason when they always say, why can't we find common ground? These are the reasons why you can't find common ground. You have a guy that just will never take responsibility for anything. And it's absurd. And he's the president of the United States. And I just don't. It like I said, kind of shatters the human soul that you have people that say, yes, this is the leader that we, not just that we want, that we've been looking for our entire lives. I was never involved in politics before, but now I am, because we have a strong man, and he's really deep down, not even deep down, he's not even close to strong. He's weak and pathetic. He's not smart. He's not strong. He's not any of the things that he builds himself up to very vulnerable people.
Bully, right?
Yeah.
He's a bully.
Yep.
He's got to where he is because he's a bully, and he knows that he's not good enough. He knows that he's not smart enough. That's why he continues on a loop about how bad everyone else is. Biden's horrible. Obama's this. Jasmine Crockett is stupid. This person is dumb, because he knows he is all of those things, and he's trying to convince us that it's them and not him. He has to live with that. And I think that kind of gives me pleasure, because no matter how much that man has, no matter how much he grifts, his kids grifted billions of dollars, he's not happy. You can look at, he's not happy. He's one fucking miserable, fat, orange fuck.
His wife can't stand him. That's clear.
He's unhappy. You never see him with a laugh. He's always uncomfortable. And that's part of probably why he continues to steal and grift. He's like that person who just keeps need to make money and do this and do that, just wanting to feel better. And he's just never, he already knows he's not shit. He knows he ain't shit. He's gonna die knowing that he ain't shit. Gives me pleasure, that part.
And that's why he needs the constant adulation to make up for the fact that he knows that he just cannot compete. He cannot measure up. And if he at least convinces himself and enough people around him, then that can at least mask the certain insecurities that he definitely has. I mean, this is, neither one of us are psychologists, but this one's pretty easy to kind of see.
And he's not even convincing himself, because he knows that he has to force them to say those things. It's all choreographed. So that's not even, none of it is so natural. He's not even naturally getting, he's freaking 80 or whatever. He knows when someone's like, Donald Trump has the best economy ever. Like Bondi, like looking on his nut. Like we know, he knows why they're doing it.
I mean, does it get to a point where he convinces himself, though?
I
mean, is it possible if you do it over and over and over again, you almost convince yourself?
They say he's a narcissist, so maybe, but I think that he knows he ain't shit. I'm pretty sure his daddy told him he wasn't shit.
Yeah.
And that's part of his problem. Like he knows he's not shit. Like,
well, maybe that's where, probably where it started from, because he knows his father, even though he was a piece of shit as well, he was a real businessman. He actually made it. He knew what he was doing. And Donald Trump knew his entire career that he was a shit businessman because he failed literally on every venture he tried to put his hands on. He had to continue. I always hear the story. He got $1 million from his father. No, he didn't get $1 million from his father. He had to continue to borrow money up until his dad's death. And his dad passed away with Donald Trump still owing him up to $15 million because he would always fail. And not only did he owe his father millions of dollars, he owed banks multi-millions of dollars. And he just knew he was not good. He was always outplayed by, anybody else. And so when he would make these deals, he would try to come out of it feeling like, I got the best of this deal, while the people that made the deals with him were laughing. They're like, you're a clown, dude. You're just a clown.
Yeah. And
that's why he would take advantage of the smaller businesses.
Exactly. And that's how we know that he knows. He has not convinced himself of anything. So I think us calling him a narcissist, I don't know if that's the right term, because he definitely has low self-esteem. Like we think that he has high, but he's that bullying and all of that. I don't see it. I think that's why he's cheating at golf. Why is he cheating at golf? Because he knows he's not good at it. Right? Like he knows. So he knows when everyone sees him cheat, but then turns around and goes, great game.
Not only that, they call him the club champion.
Yeah, he knows that they're doing that just because that they have to do that to come back to his club, to be in the proximity of blah, 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 blah. Like, so I kind of think he knows that they think that he ain't shit. They know that he knows. He heard them say, he heard Marco Rubio, what Marco Rubio called him. He knows JD Vance called him an American Nazi. Like he knows.
Right. Well, I mean, if there is any suffering going on inside of that head, then you know what? How about if you and I will just officially say that is the case, so it will make us feel a smidge bit better. That's what I'm officially gonna do.
Businesses are gonna go out of business too when he's not president. Like just like the hotel in DC, I'm pretty sure that resort that he's putting up in Qatar and those other luxury hotels he's got going on in the Middle East, I'm pretty sure those things are gonna sink.
If he destroys, because then the name really isn't. So the name it's so funny is because the only reason why he was able to stay afloat was because of his name. The one thing he was able to do was market himself as a real billionaire. And so when all these hotels that he had his name on were being foreclosed upon, they would say, okay, at least you still have the name. So what we'll do is we'll pay you royalties to keep your name on here. So we don't have to foreclose. We don't have to do any of that stuff. So he actually became more of a marketer than he did a real estate agent or a real estate mogul. All these names that he has on he doesn't own nearly any of those. He doesn't even own the Trump Tower anymore. And this wasn't because he sold them because he was president. It was because he failed constantly. But now he's a billionaire again because he's suckered people by buying stock in his meme coin and in his True Social and his golf club. And it's a big grift. And the fact that grown adults have no problem being taken advantage of. And that's the other question too, Lana. Do they even know?
Yeah, that's a whole different beast to supporters. Some know, some don't. Some just believe everything that comes out of his mouth because white men tell the truth. Rich
Yeah.
white men don't lie, I guess.
Yep, no question about it. And there's absolutely no way that Donald Trump could be anything more than what he tells us, because he shows us. He shows us that helicopter. He shows us the Trump plane. He shows us all the gold. And that's where I'm going to be someday, even though I'm 65 years old and I got nothing in savings account. And, it's just the people, there's this American dream that everybody still thinks they're going to get to. But in order to get there, sometimes you have to either literally be working constantly every day and work hard and get there and not care about anybody, or you happen to have a very rich father who leaves you a $400 million+ inheritance. And that seems to be the best way to do it.